The goal is not to look rich and be broke. The goal is to look average and be building wealth the whole time. You can't build wealth if most of your money is going out to clothes and shoes and car payments and things to try to look the part. Wealthy people are not concerned about impressing you. So don't be concerned about impressing anybody. Guys, have you ever done something with money that you knew right off the bat it wasn't a smart move, but you did it anyway, and you later regretted it? If so, let me know what that one thing was in the comments below. Hey, listen, nobody wants to be poor, and no one wants to be in poverty when there's abundance all around them. I totally understand that. But sometimes we're doing things that simply keep us in poverty, that keep us poor, without us really knowing that we're doing them. They just become a part of our habit, right? So on this video, I want to share with you guys 8 of those things that we need to stop doing if we want to not be poor anymore. So let's jump right into them. Number 1 is this: stop beating yourself up over the past mistakes that you made with money. We've all made mistakes with money. But listen, life goes on after a money mistake. Just be sure that you learn from that mistake, right? If you get in a bunch of debt and you got to pay off a bunch of debt, well, after you pay off that debt, don't go back into debt, right? The moment you stop looking back at your past failures is the moment that you can really focus and concentrate on moving forward and winning with money. So get over it. Move on. It's the past. You can change and you can do things better, but just make sure that you don't repeat the same habits with money over and over again. Let me share a quick story with you about a dumb move with money that I made. When I was about 40 years old, guys, I needed a car. I needed transportation to get around, to get back and forth from my job. And so what did I do? I financed a car. I went out and bought a 2008 Toyota Tundra, and I financed the car. And it's actually the last car that I've ever financed. And I knew right away that it wasn't the right thing to do. It was a mistake with money. Now, luckily for me, I paid it off early, and I've never made that mistake again. Now, why do I call that a mistake, guys? Because cars and all automobiles, they go down in value. And that was right about the time when I started changing my philosophy about money and about debt. So I share that quick story with you guys just to say, hey, I've been there. I really have. I've been that guy that charged a lot of money onto a credit card. I've been that guy that took student loan money and bought furniture with it and partied with it. I've bought things that I couldn't afford the things, but I could afford the payment, so I bought them anyway. I've been there and I've done that. You guys, do me a favor. If you're getting any value out of this content that I'm sharing with you, do me a favor and smash that like button below. Also, please share this video with someone who you think could probably use this information. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, please do me a favor and consider subscribing to my channel. I really would appreciate it. All right, let's get back to number 2. Now, the second thing we got to stop doing if we don't want to be poor anymore is stop avoiding new information in your life about money and about investing. And I know for some of you, it's a boring topic, right? But listen, we use it every day. We use money every single day to survive. So you might as well learn something about it. Get educated as much as you can about money and be intentional with your education on money. Hey guys, my suggestion is that you start reading some books about money. Read one nonfiction book about money a month if you have to. Set up your own reading plan, right? Do what you're doing on this channel. Keep watching the videos, watching the YouTube channels, getting your YouTube mentors and people that you know and think are actually providing good common sense information about money that you believe in. Don't listen to YouTubers that don't make sense to you. Listen to those YouTubers that make common sense to you. You have to increase your knowledge, your education, and your financial literacy around the topic of money and personal finances. That information is what's going to grow you and take you to another level and change your thinking about money, because when you change your thinking, you change your behaviors. And when you change your behaviors, you get different outcomes with money. Now, the third thing to do if you don't want to be poor is stop thinking short term. Start dreaming. Start envisioning long term. Start seeing yourself at a totally different place financially down the road. Listen, people that are good with money and build wealth long term, they know how to think long term. They know how to have a vision, how to look out into the future and see things that aren't in front of them right now. You've got to be able to see things that you just can't touch. You just can't fathom. You can't put a finger on it, but you know it's out there. You got to be able to see things from a long-term vision. Stop worrying just about what's going on this weekend and start worrying about or putting together a plan for 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. Long-term vision is what's going to help you make current financial decisions today. That means have an emergency fund, because you don't see any emergencies right now, but you got to have a vision and understand that they're coming. And again, have those goals that are long-term with your personal finances. Just because you're poor doesn't mean that you have to act poorly, that you have to not have a vision, that you have to only be preparing for the weekend. Just because you're poor today doesn't mean you have to be poor tomorrow, but you've got to see it. You've got to see it in the future. You've got to have a vision of yourself achieving with money. Now, the fourth thing is simply this, guys. If you don't want to be poor anymore, stop being scared to fail when it comes to money and personal finances. Stop letting fear dictate your financial decisions. Don't be afraid to look that elephant in the room smack dead in the eye and say, I'm going to attack you and get you. Now, that elephant in the room is probably your own personal finances and where you are today. A lot of people are just scared to look at their own personal finances because they feel like they're really messed up. But listen, you can't attack anything and change anything until you face it, until you look at it, until you examine it. That's when you can begin to change it. Nothing changes until you have the courage to face it head on. Punch fear in the face and go right to it. Call yourself out and hold yourself accountable and responsible. That is where your power lies when it comes to your money, because if you call yourself out, hold yourself accountable, and not be afraid to do so, then guess what? Now you have the power to fix your situation just by holding yourself accountable moving forward. Now, the fifth thing to do if you don't want to be poor anymore is to stop being so disorganized with your money. Organization is empowering. Chaos is what's draining. Chaos is what's stressful. Chaos adds anxiety to your life. When you have chaos with your money, it's exhausting, guys. It wears you out. If you want to sleep better at night, get your finances in order. If you want to be more calm and relaxed, get your finances in order. Organize yourself. This means writing out a budget every single month, a unique budget that's unique to that month, writing it on paper or putting it on a spreadsheet or a Google sheet, whatever it may be. But it's developing some systems and some processes and some habits that you do and some discipline to have organization with your personal finances. And that way, it allows you to really see what's going on. It allows you to really see what you have and what you don't have, so you can know what you got to go out there and get. That's being organized. Now, the sixth thing you got to do if you don't want to be poor is stop trying to look rich. Hey, you don't have to look rich to actually have some money and have some wealth. The goal is not to look rich and be broke. The goal is to look average and be building wealth the whole time. And hey, you can't build wealth if you're spending all your money on trying to look rich. You can't build wealth if most of your money is going out to clothes and shoes and car payments and things to try to look the part, right? Forget about IG. Forget about what you may look like on a Facebook post or any social media. Forget about the appearance of money, the appearance of wealth. They mean nothing in this big scheme of things when it comes to money. Wealthy people typically move in silence anyway. Wealthy people are not concerned about impressing you. So on your road to get out of poverty, don't be concerned about impressing anybody. People should see you and not know you have money, right? Let that person be you. Stop trying to spend all this money looking the part and start focusing on actually being the part. Now, the seventh thing to stop doing if you don't want to be poor is stop believing that your life requires debt. This is the one where people believe that, in order to live a good life, I'm going to have to be in debt all of my life in America or the UK or South Africa, wherever you're located. But listen, guys, it's not true. You don't have to stay in debt and be in debt your entire life. Live below your means. Buy what you can afford to actually buy. And just because you can afford a payment doesn't really mean you can actually afford the actual item, right? Spend a lot of your time and effort and energy learning how and actually building up assets, things that go up in value, and getting rid of the things that are going down in value, that are depreciating. Build up your assets, lower your liabilities. And lowering your liabilities means getting rid of some of that debt, paying off the debt on things that are on that liability side of your net worth equation, right? This doesn't look good. It doesn't feel glamorous, but it will build your net worth and set you up a really nice nest egg in 10, 15, 20 years down the road or more. And number 8, guys, if you don't want to be poor anymore, is stop spending most of your time hanging around people that are not where you want to go in life, not where you want to go financially. Now listen, I'm not saying that just because somebody is poor also that you can't have them as a friend. That's cool, but just stop spending all of your time around people that are not where you want to go. Start spending a good chunk, a good amount of your time with people who are going where you want to go. And the reason I say that is this, guys. People that aren't going anywhere in terms of money, they typically want to see you stay with them. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they don't want to see you go up the ranks, go up to middle class, start building wealth for yourself, because they're spending their time and doing things differently, and they want you to spend your time and do things differently with them. They don't want you to spend the time doing wealth building activities that are going to grow and go beyond where they're at. They want you to stay where they are. There's people like that that are in your life. You need to spend less time with those people and start spending time with people that want to see you move up and are already where you want to be in terms of your personal finances. And again, it doesn't mean you cannot be friends with somebody who is not at the same point you are in terms of growing your money and growing your wealth. That doesn't mean that. What I'm telling you is don't spend all of your time with those people. Spend some time, more time, with people who are where you want to be in life in terms of growth, in terms of building, in terms of creating, in terms of moving to another level with financial literacy. So hey, guys, those are my 8 things that we just got to stop doing if we don't want to be poor anymore. So I hope you got something of value out of this video, some motivation, maybe some encouragement, or even some inspiration to say, hey, I'm in a situation right now. What can I do to get out of this situation and move to the next level in terms of your personal finances? Down below, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, check out the 24 Laws of Money that are in the description box below. It's a free ebook from me to you just for watching this video and being a part of this channel. Don't forget to share the video and drop me that comment. Have you ever done something with money that you knew was a dumb move that was going to keep you poor and later you regretted it? Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself and also take care of other people. Until the next video, peace!